Sam Rayburn wrap up, and it's feeding time.
Growing up on the water with fishing in their blood, Matt Arey and Bryan Thrift have spent the last 10 years competing against the biggest names in professional bass fishing. Their success has landed them ranked among the top anglers in the world. If you're looking to become a better angler, then this show has all the answers. Join us and follow along to get actionable tips, tactics, and tried and true techniques directly from the pros. Welcome to Let's Talk Fish.
Hey, Matt.
What's up?
We're live.
We're live. We are live. Back. Oh, I didn't mean to scare our fish.
Scared to go fish?
All right, so Brian's back. Glad to have you
back.
back.
All the way from Texas.
All the way from Texas. How long did it take you? 20 hours?
No, it really is not that bad of a drive. It's about 14 and a half, 15 hours.
That's not as bad as I thought.
No, it's
so
not.
you could have made the show last week.
I got here just as... No, I called you when I got home, and y'all were eating.
Oh,
Remember?
yeah, you did. You
Yes.
did. Yeah, you called me, and we were already off.
And what was weird was I was thinking I was going to be slick, and I was going to call him during the show, but my phone was still on Central Time, so...
You thought you were calling me
I thought
during
I
the
was
show.
calling during the show, yeah.
I would have picked up, too. That would have been cool. We should have done that anyway. We had Jake Whitaker and Shane LaHue in the house. We
it
had
was
a full
good
house last week. You got several congratulations on a great finish, by the way, once again.
Hey, I just got a congratulations on no flat bill tonight also.
I know you have a...
Yes, Matt got his ears lowered.
It's
funny.
Wonder how long that was going to take.
Well, the thing is, they were eating, you and Emily and the kids were eating at the Mexican restaurant the other night. I go in to get a little takeout, and I look over.
Is that Matt?
I said, that's Emily, but I don't know who that must be, her cousin or something. I don't know. It
Thought my wife was eating dinner with another man?
I don't. It looked like about a 12-year-old.
That's good. That's what I'm going for. See, when you reach a certain point and your beard hairs start turning white,
I didn't know.
you do anything you can to look younger.
I had to double
dye
take.
your
I
beard?
got to admit.
I do not dye my beard.
Okay.
You ought to be able to look at that and tell.
All right, I do. I see the white.
We had a couple of new viewers. Joshua Herding. I hope I said that right. He said, "Hey guys, listen to almost all the previous shows, but this is the first live show. So thanks for joining us." Do we get the name? Comments already stopped. I don't know if they can see that box in front of us wobbling.
Yeah, if y'all can see
but
this
it's
box,
actually moving.
Yeah, take notice because it's rocking.
I have no idea what's in that. Jeff, what are you saying, man?
Nice.
Well, we just
Awesome.
got some feeder fish.
Yeah, I know.
This is just a
Perfect.
distracting from his filet mignon.
Absolutely.
All right, we won't talk about that too much. We'll wait till we get to at least 200 viewers. We're at 170 viewers right now. So everybody, thanks for coming on. Do we want to talk about the? Do we want to do the Rayburn wrap up before? Yeah, let's do the Rayburn wrap up before we get into the
Into what?
the feed session.
Oh yeah, we got to do that.
Into what? Brian's
Because
already
this is gonna be pretty awesome. Like I myself
that
am
box
excited
tips
to
over.
see
You're gonna be
this.
chasing something. I can tell you that.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's gonna be bad. Keep your eye on it. If it goes to fall, catch it.
Why? First, we got a quick question here. So why do they call you Smoke? Everybody wants Bass Fishing Network Live wants to know why they call you Smoke.
When we first started picking songs for like intro songs when you come on the stage and stuff, like I like a lot of the older rock songs, so I went with Deep Purple, Smoke on the Water, and it just kind of stuck.
Smoke on the water. So it's
Smoke
stuck.
on the Water.
All right, so third place finish, Rayburn, first FLW Tour event. Brian has a great start of the year to chase down another, be your third AOY if you win it this year.
Oh, we ain't even gonna think about that yet.
Well, I'm just saying,
We're
if you
still in the
do win it,
infancy.
it would be your third, right?
Yes, if I
Okay.
was to
Be
win
your
it,
third
it would be
AOY.
the third AOY.
And that tournament, regardless of all the complaining, I talked to some of my buddies during practice, and all they did was complain. I didn't talk to
Now
you.
it was like
But-
it was a very specific deal.
Right, but when you found them,
When
it
you
wasn't
found
hard.
them, they was not alone. They were just saying they were not alone.
I like how you said that.
Yes.
So, third place, what was your total weight for 4 days?
It was 88 something.
88, and it took, what Bolton have, 91?
91.
Okay,
yeah.
about 91 pounds.
Yeah,
So it
it-
almost broke the 100-pound mark.
Right.
And
I think the fishing was actually, like, I think the high water made the weights a little better, like, as far as the top end weights.
well, yeah, and
I mean, I've never been to Rayburn in the wintertime, but I couldn't imagine them it being stacked up anymore if the water had been normal. If
right. Well, and here's my take, and you correct, you were there, you saw it, but I'm sitting here at home watching, and it was surreal for me because in 10 years I have not been at an FLW Tour event. So 11 years, excuse me, 11 years.
11 since 07.
Since 07. So I'm sitting here watching, thinking this is weird not being there, and it was a weird feeling, and it was a kind of bittersweet, But I'm sitting there thinking if I was at Rayburn, and this is during y'all's practice, and everybody's panicking and talking about, not panicking, but everybody's talking about how high the water is, and man, it's gonna be tough, and this, that, and the other. And to me, when you're talking about a grass lake like Rayburn or Guntersville or Chickamauga or somewhere that could potentially be dominated by a grass bite, I don't care how high the water gets; they still in the grass. Right? They still around it.
Yeah, they're still around it. Okay. They're still using
now,
it.
Now, 40 feet get over their head, it might be different. But 8 feet get over their head.
Yeah,
they were still relating to the grass.
Relating to the grass a lot. And I'm sure there were fish that were way back in trees that you could not, even John Cox couldn't get to.
They didn't seem to play much of a factor,
But no, they didn't play a factor at all. I don't think anybody in the top 10
and I would assume that those fish were a little more isolated. They were more by themselves. The big schools of them were relating to the grass. All right, so
grass and kind of the old shoreline. Like a lot of times, and this is something for y'all to think about if you're ever in a situation fishing a lake with extremely high water conditions, is think about the old shoreline where it was, because a lot of times fish will actually pull up and use what was the old shoreline. There'll be bare spots and breaks in the trees and stuff like that, and they'll use that like it's they want to be in that 10 to 15 foot depth range, but they're going to now do it where the old shoreline was. So
yeah, that's a great tip. We seen that. We saw that. I better get proper English rolling here. I don't want to get on that train tonight.
I'll allow it.
Yeah. We saw that at Beaver Lake when Johnny McCombs won a couple years ago.
Yes, exactly.
Those fish didn't seem to really get up there until like the last day, which I wasn't there the last day. But that was a tournament to where the majority of my bites did come on that old shoreline.
The same way.
Did it come up 11 or 12 feet?
Yeah, 11 or 12 feet.
Yeah, it came up like 11 or 12
same
feet
deal.
in a matter of 2 or 3 days.
Yeah.
Those fish didn't even have time to react, much less a lot of those fish were setting up to spawn. So a lot of those fish actually were still on that original shoreline. But that's a great tip from Brian. So any questions about Brian's Rayburn finish? We're going to take those questions now. First one from David Hall. Said, did Brian plan on a Carolina rig going in? Seems like most people have quit throwing it. What caused that decision? Although that's a super popular technique there.
Yeah, especially on Rayburn, or really in Texas. I mean, Carolina rig is a known big fish technique, especially that time of year. You think about Texas in the springtime, pre-spawn, Carolina rig, and a trap are your two main go-tos.
I know you don't like throwing a Carolina rig either.
See, that's where you're wrong. I will throw anything it takes to get paid.
I understand
and I will
that,
like it.
But you have a preference. If you could pick a way to catch them, it would not be a Carolina rig.
I liked it at Rayburn.
Well, yeah. Okay, never mind.
I'm going to do a bait breakdown right quick because it was kind of cool. Of the 20 fish I weighed in the event, I would say 16 of them came off of one spot. And it was kind of cool to see the progression of what they would and wouldn't bite as the tournament progressed. Now, I know Matt's seen this in instances where he's fished 4-day events, but the first day of the event, pretty much everything I weighed in came on a Carolina rig, brush hog style bait. The second day, I couldn't get them to bite that, and everything came on a Carolina rig Demiki stinger. So just the change.
There it is. I knew it'd be a matter of time. The stinger is back.
But to see them get off of that big bulky bait and get on a smaller type presentation doing the same thing was kind of cool. But then the third day, I couldn't get them to bite anything on a Carolina rig, and I caught them on a 3/8 football head with a stinger on it. I guess they just wanted something on the bottom instead of the Carolina rig having your bait kind of off the bottom. And the fourth day, I caught a couple on a rig and a couple on the football head stinger, but all my weigh-in fish came on a crankbait and a swim bait. So just to see that progression of fishing the same fish, and that's something you guys can use if you're fishing a school of fish. Rotate baits, change up. Don't get stuck on one thing, because most of the time if there's a lot of fish in the area, there's several different ways to catch them, and you've got to keep rotating and showing them something different. So this is the biggest thing.
All right, there you go. Tips from one of the best. We're gonna go back on a couple questions, Brian, that came in
come on
about.
with it.
I'm a little bit further back because I wanted to make sure we didn't miss a few of them. They're good questions about the Rayburn tournament. Brian, could you find the old shoreline and bare spots with your 360 pretty easily?
Yeah, you could see gaps in the trees and stuff, but the grass was a little different. Like it was kind of harder to dictate if it was hard bottom versus soft bottom and things like that. And the places they were setting were kind of small. Like it was a one cast deal, like something you couldn't really pick up on your graph. You had to fish to find. I mean, it wasn't like you could just idle down a bank and be like, doo-doo, there they are, and start fishing. You had to actually fish and find the right cast.
I did notice when
It's
guys
about to fall over.
guys could get in certain areas and they would cast around, not get a bite. And as soon as they got that first bite,
Right.
it was like
Lights
spot
out.
lock, which drives me nuts because I know you don't have spot lock yet. And I'm like, how can Bryan Thrift not have spot lock during a tournament like this?
It worked pretty
And
good.
you can't, I know, but you might have finished first if you had spot lock.
Nah.
You can't.
I might have won if it wasn't for a stupid gang of loons.
We heard about the loons.
Yeah,
so
I'll
people
tell
were
that story
talking
here
about
in a minute.
People were talking about the loons. All right, let's answer a couple of these questions about your event. Bladed jig. Okay, Chris Prevett, he said, watched on FLW Live, looked like you were dragging a bladed jig, like a football jig, quite a bit, and you were basically crawling a chatterbait, right?
Right.
A bladed
Yeah,
jig.
just real slow, keeping like the water where I was throwing it was a little bit colored, and I was still fishing, 10 to 11 feet deep, and I wanted the fish were relating to the bottom pretty tight. So you wanted something that wasn't going to get more than a foot off the bottom. Was the biggest deal there.
A couple questions. They wanted to know your setup on your Carolina rig. What was your setup for your Carolina rig?
I set up throwing a rig. My favorite rod, hands down, is a Fitzgerald 7.3 medium heavy stunner rod, and I was throwing a 3/4 to 1 ounce weight with 20-pound P-line tactical main line and 15-pound P-line tactical leader, using a Berkeley Fusion 5/0 EWG hook and throwing the brush hog and the stinger. So I was throwing it on a Revo STX 7.3 to 1. And to me, it's just the perfect setup. The rod's got a soft enough tip that you can feel everything. You can make long casts, and I like it a lot the way the whole setup is.
Brian's on a roll, man. He's like answering like 10 questions in at one time. He doesn't even know the rest of the questions, but he's killing it tonight.
Got it. Son.
All right.
Got it.
So Tommy Worst, it's rare that I compliment him, but I can't help
It
but do
is rare.
tonight.
Thank you, Matt. You touch my heart.
Tommy Worst has a good question. What led to the decision to throw a crankbait on the last day?
Ooh, that's a good question as well. And it was.
They want to get inside that thrift head and
And
figure
see,
out how
it
it
was
works.
nothing to do with my head at all.
He
It
saw
was,
Terry Bolton crushing them on live.
No,
I'm just kidding.
It's even better than that.
Oh, it's better than that.
It was a gift.
a
Gift from the Lord that I caught him on a crankbait the last day. And I'm going to explain this gift. So I'm throwing my Carolina rig. I catch a keeper or two. I'm throwing my football worm around. I catch a couple keepers. I've got a limit at this time. Well, I'm burning my football stinger in, and right when it gets to the boat, a 3-pounder like blasted at the top of the water, like he's just bulldogging it.
Light bulb.
Light bulb. Lay that rod down immediately, pick up a crankbait, and catch a 4 and a 3 on back-to-back casts. And then it kind of clicked like they want a reaction bite today. I've drugged something by their face for 3 days, and I got to get a reaction bite to catch the bigger fish today. And that's ultimately what led to every fish I weighed in the final day of the event.
There you go. All right. So Casey Grimm said, thanks. Awesome bait breakdown. You pretty much covered on all the baits you used throughout the event. Jonathan Carter, fluorocarbon or mono on your Carolina rig leader?
I was throwing fluorocarbon, and like there's two trains of thought on that. Like fluorocarbon, it sinks, so your bait stays on the bottom and it doesn't kind of flutter down. It flutters down a lot faster when you come through the grass than mono does, but I feel like I get more bites with fluorocarbon, so I usually throw fluorocarbon later.
I agree. The once a year that I actually throw a Carolina rig, I got a fluorocarbon leader on myself. Jeremy Larson, that's a good question. Were you using your hydrowave much? Loons, he said loons always come into the hydrowave when he's using it up north.
It was amazing. Like they would come up 3 feet from the boat and just sit there and look at me.
Wondering where the fish were that was coming from your trolling motor speaker.
So I'm going to get into the loon story before we answer any more questions.
All right.
It's like I've never been a part of this with waterfowl, we'll call it.
That's not even waterfowl. Loons don't even
fowl
qualify.
of the water.
Fowl of the water. Okay, that'll work.
But I did learn what a gang of loons are called. So the third day, I'm fishing my spot and I'm not getting bit. And pretty much I've got one spot the size of this table that I'm catching all my fish off of. And every day I go around in circles until I find the angle they're setting and they want. And every day it was a different angle. Like one time I was setting up, throwing down. Other times I was setting down, throwing up, throwing across it. But it seemed like every day there was one magic cast on this one spot. So the third day I finally find this cast where how I can trigger them to bite. I catch like 10 or 12 in a row on the football stinger. And then like 30 loons come in right on top of them. Like, I mean, right dead on top of my little one cast. There's bait flying out of the water. Loons are cussing each other and making a noise. And I never get another bite after that. So the fourth day, blame
it on the loons.
The fourth day, one lone loon in the area. Just one. One is all that's there. So...
like this many?
Going around in circles. Finally get a couple to bite. Catch a 3 and a 2.5 on back-to-back casts. Fire my bait out there. It sinks about 6 foot. Goes donk, swims off. I set the hook, and I've caught the friggin' loon.
In the mouth?
In the mouth. Loon has ate my stuff in the mouth.
What'd you catch him on?
A swim bait.
Oh, at least it was something realistic looking.
Yeah.
And
so I set the hook.
You wound him in?
No. I set the hook, and I said, oh, God, here we go.
You didn't know. Okay, you didn't.
Yeah, I didn't know the loon had it. He bit it under the water. So I set the hook, and it bows up, and it's going. I say, oh, yeah, this is him right here. This is the one we need. And about 2 seconds later, like I'm thinking fish coming up to jump. Nah, it's a loon. He pops his head out of the water with my stuff in his mouth.
And did you crank him in and get your bait back?
I broke him off.
Oh,
Yeah.
by accident, I'm assuming.
Yes.
Because
I wrapping my hand around and breaking it off.
I have wound in a seagull before. We just broke 300. So
it's about
Michael Cates,
feeding time.
Did you see Michael Cates' comment on there?
I did not.
He said that box wobbling's making him nervous.
It's making me nervous too.
That's the first comment that we've had about the
We're
box
almost
wobbling.
done with the Rayburn wrap up, and then we can get into the good stuff.
Wes Johnson asked me if how bad I was wanting to be out there at Rayburn, Matt. I touched on that earlier, Wes. It was bittersweet, man. It was surreal because it was the first time in 11 seasons, like I was telling Brian, that I have not been at an FLW tour event, so it was very weird.
Oh, one thing I did learn at Rayburn, though, what I've mentioned earlier about a gang of loons. So we're on live day 3 when this group of loons comes in, and I'm just talking amongst myself to the cameraman, like, what do you call a gang of loons? I mean, is it a herd, a covey, or something like that? And we got replied back, I guess, from the in-studio people. A group of loons is called an asylum. So
Are they crazy birds or something?
dropping knowledge on you. It's an asylum.
I think they were just messing with you, trying to get you
I'm
to call
telling
them
you.
asylums.
That's what they
Asylum is a place for crazy
It's
people.
a place for crazy, but evidently it's an asylum of loons.
Okay, all right.
So within the course of a month, Bryan Thrift has peeped the flatbill
Yes.
and dropped the knowledge.
Yeah, exactly.
He peeps flat bills and drops knowledge. I like it.
I don't
Jeff.
think I ever said anything about peeping a flat bill.
Yeah, actually, you did. I watched that
it
back.
says-
Just
I
a
went
bit
back
that
and
you
watched
said.
it.
I
Just to
said peep my
confirm.
flat bill.
Yeah, that's going to be a clip like forever and ever
Yeah.
on Let's Talk Fish.
Well,
Oh, by
let's
the
make
way,
a T-shirt out of it like you're doing with the other thing.
we got some pretty
Peep my
hot items
flat bill.
coming, don't we, Jeff?
So
I want to see some of this. I've heard y'all.
We don't need to survey
I
that
heard
yet.
y'all were bashing
Not
me
survey,
pretty
but
bad last week.
we weren't bashing you. Casey Graham did
what I
mention
heard.
all
it.
I said was me and Matt.
I know.
Somebody actually mentioned earlier in the feed they wanted to hear Jeff say that again.
I didn't. It was just simple. It was just me and Matt.
But Brian Hunt, thank you, man. He said we're both looking pretty sharp tonight with our new haircuts.
Thank you.
Jeff, you should be right behind us.
I'm probably due in a week or so.
I'll do in a week or so. The Happy Gilmore hook set on Carolina rig was the best. That's from Ryan Montgomery.
Hey,
that is pretty awesome.
it
doesn't matter.
I got some messed up looking hooks.
Doesn't matter how Brian sets a hook. He always seems to land the fish. Period. So
I've got a theory on that. If you want to hear it.
sure, why not?
All right. A hook. You got a point, and a little ways back you got a barb.
Oh Lord.
If you get the barb in them, you can push the button and let them swim all over the place. They're not going to come off. How many times have you stuck a hook in your finger past the barb and been able to just shake your hand and it come off?
Never.
Okay.
Bob Smoot has ruined the surprise.
Bob Smoot ruined the surprise. What'd he say? What'd
He
Bob
said,
say?
me and Matt on the front, LTF on the back. So, what do
How
y'all
did Bob
think?
Smoot know that?
I don't know. He's smart.
What?
He's dropping knowledge
All
bombs.
right, we might as well throw a survey out there now, Jeff.
So,
Survey. Let's do it.
what do y'all think about a special edition LTF shirt that says, me and Matt,
I like it. I like it.
accompanied with Bryan Thrift
Do we
signature
need to-
underneath?
Do we need to trademark that? I think we need to trademark that
Maybe.
slogan. Me and Matt.
Maybe.
I mean, that could go viral.
I'm with y'all. Whatever.
I think
I'm
it's
good with it.
coming. I think we're going to create it and drop a link just for
Yeah.
just cause.
Yeah.
All right.
Just
I like
cause.
it. I would wear it.
We got me and Matt. T-shirts coming. All right, guys. What's up, Matt Duckett? Thanks for joining in. Let's
Ryan
see.
Shario agrees on my hook set theory.
Look, well, there's one out of 318.
Well, you think about it. If you take a hook, you stick it in your hand just a little bit of the point, not to the barb.
I agree with that.
You shake your hand, it's gonna fly off.
I agree with that.
You stick it to the barb, you shake your hand all day,
And
it ain't gonna come out.
I'm not going to argue with you because
'Cause
I've
I'm
seen
right.
I've seen the ugliest hook sets from you
I'm right.
of anybody on any tour on the planet, and you are successful at it. So I'm just not going to argue about
Exactly.
it. I mean, I'm not going to
'Cause you
argue
know
about
I'm
it.
right.
Because my argument would be
Invalid.
there's seems to be more efficient ways to actually putting the barb in their mouth, but you do just fine at it. So
No,
I'm not gonna-
there's
running
only one way to put the barb in their mouth. That's
Jerk.
move the line and move the hook into
and-
their mouth.
and your body and the rod.
However you got to get it
That's
done.
right.
I mean,
I like it. Me and Matt with a smoke background on the
ooh,
t-shirt.
I like it.
Interesting. But it
There's,
might take
there's
away from
tons
what
of
it
ideas.
actually.
Tons of ideas.
That's
You can
true.
go anywhere with
All
this.
right, so real quick, little house.
Simple is better because just needs to say.
I mean, we
one thing.
need something like we
I should have told you to get this. To
we
get
need
this
like
link
we need
ready.
a picture of me and Matt on there.
Me and Matt.
Yeah,
Me and Matt. I can't say it like you, Jeff.
I can't even.
Bring it one time, Jeff. Bring it.
I don't even. Me and Matt.
nah, that's not even good. Me and Matt.
That,
Me and
that
Matt.
sounds just like it.
Is it similar?
Yes, very
it
similar.
similar?
All right,
Nah,
similar
you
but not
way
the
off
same.
there.
Nah, you way off.
Yeah, he's way off.
All right, so if you haven't noticed, Jeff, who I have to give props to, has been very quick at uploading our 2019
This box is
episodes.
going crazy. I'm just saying we got to do something.
It
with
must be the
pretty soon.
goldfish inside of it. It's
Big
done.
one.
He's done a phenomenal job of getting our episodes for 2019 uploaded to our YouTube channel, which we're back on, and we will have all our episodes for 2019 loaded directly to our YouTube channel. So if you don't already subscribe to our YouTube channel, be sure to do that. We'll be using that a little bit more in 2019. We haven't really done much with it in the past. So I should have mentioned that before. We could have dropped the subscribe link down in the feed.
Yeah, I didn't hear any of that. I had my headphones on. But it sounded
All right,
good.
never mind.
You
Never
know what?
mind.
I didn't
Go
hear
to
it.
I'll
YouTube,
hear it in
subscribe
about-
to our
I didn't hear
channel.
it.
I'll hit her in about 10 seconds.
Hey,
If you guys listen to our podcast, it's awesome. But if you actually want to see the video along with it, be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel because
Yes, which is
seeing
awesome.
Brian's face will always give you a good laugh each
That
and
is
every
very
week.
true.
And,
Very true.
And actually seeing him say me and Matt. I can't
You
say
don't
it.
see
I
that.
can't
You
say it
hear
right.
that.
I can. You can. You can
You,
see
you don't say it
and
with,
hear. It's better when you see and hear something.
See,
at the
you're
same time.
just saying it. You're not feeling it. You got to feel it when you say it.
That's good.
Kevin Clark makes a good point. We could put the hook theory to test on your hand.
No, I'm good. I'm good.
No.
I
It's a
didn't
no-go,
argue.
Kevin.
I didn't
It's a
argue
no-go.
with you. It's not like the frog deal. I'm not going to argue about it. I don't disagree with that. I'm agreeing with that. Okay.
You
I
argued
just
with
said-
me about the frog deal.
I just said, Andrew.
You argued till you lost.
You did not miss the mouse, Andrew. You were probably just in time. So what we're going to do? What time we got, Brian?
We have got approximately 7:27.
7:27. So
Brian Gal, those are fighting words.
guys,
What do
we
you think?
have
Go
we have
Rams.
go Rams. Oh Lord have mercy. Jeff's actually going to. Are you going to the Super Bowl for real?
1,000%.
Jeff will be at the Super
Yeah.
Bowl next week. No, 2 weeks. 3 weeks. 2 weeks.
2 weeks.
A week from Sunday.
I mean,
right?
he's got already got the hat on. He's got the Super Bowl hat on. Right
We're
there.
not going to show our viewers that hat. We can't show our viewers that hat. I mean, I doubt we have very many Patriots fans as viewers. I'm just guessing. But considering most of them are Southeastern primarily, I doubt we have very many Patriots fans. And they may quit watching our show if we show that hat actually
It's
live.
just a blue hat.
With a Patriots logo on the front. All right. What swim bait were you throwing at Rayburn? Were you throwing any swim baits or?
Yeah, I caught a couple on a swim bait, and I was throwing a 5-inch Kitech. That's what I was throwing.
All right. 5'3",
5'8".
5'8", biggin. All right. Let's see. That's funny, Kevin. Kevin said, "Is Matt going to trim the mice's toenails to make him walk better?" You get
That
a
is
star.
awesome.
Hey, Kevin, you get a star.
That is awesome.
You win the comment feed
yes,
so far tonight.
you win.
Saints were
And
robbed.
no, he's not because it's the
I
deal.
agree. The Saints were robbed 100%.
Yeah, we're
I
not.
agree.
We're not gonna transition over to NFL because we know what happens when we
We
stop
can
talking
just
about
20 or
fishing.
30 minutes.
No,
Not a big deal.
we're not talking about NFL football.
So who's playing?
We don't do that. So Jeff Bryan said, "Who's playing?" Jeff?
I'm seriously.
I know you're serious. Jeff,
I mean,
you wanna
obviously
answer
the
that?
Patriots are going because that's Jeff's
and the
favorite
Los
team, and
Angeles
he's-
Rams.
And the
Wait,
Rams.
is it St. Louis Rams or Los Angeles Rams? I can't even keep up with
Los
it anymore.
Angeles.
It's Los Angeles Rams. Okay, sorry. All right. Finding hard spots in the grass, Brian. Tyler Thompson asked, "What's your best method to finding hard spots in grass?" Look where there's no grass in the middle of grass.
Yeah, you
No,
can. you can.
I'm not being a smart aleck,
that's
but
honestly
openings in the grass.
That's honestly one way to do it is look for voids in the grass. But the hands down best method is to fish. I mean, you've got to put a bait in your hand and just fish and feel where the grass is shorter. Or there's no grass, and to me that's the best method.
I know a lot of guys that crank to do it.
Yeah, crank. I mean, you can.
You got to be really in tune with what and being able to feel it
Yeah,
good,
and know how deep your bait's running. And
That's
it's,
right.
it's a little aggravating, but it's definitely doable. I would say that's probably the quickest way is just put a crankbait in your hand, go down the bank, throw it, and where you don't hit grass, pick up a Carolina rig, drag it around, and then you can see if it's a hard spot or if it's just a void in the grass.
This is good. We got one football question from Joshua Herding. He said he wants to hear your prediction on the Super Bowl.
What?
Joshua Herding wants to hear Thrift's prediction on the Super Bowl.
Who?
That would
Yours.
Mine?
That
Yeah.
would be interesting.
I mean, it's going to be a guess because I know nothing
Well-
about either team.
Obviously, that's why he wants to hear.
I know the Patriots have won it a lot,
Valid.
so I got to go with them.
Okay.
That's pretty
Prediction
good.
I mean,
on
I
the
do-
Super Bowl,
I
Thrift picks
know
the
that.
Patriots. All right. So,
So
there it
that's
is.
almost guaranteed they're going to lose.
So, guys, do not
Sorry,
go
Jeff.
away. I know we haven't had a commercial in a while, but we have a quick little 30-second commercial.
Ooh,
When
yeah.
we come back, though,
This box will stop shaking.
this and Brian put that very well. We have an appetizer, but we also have a filet mignon for Mr. Wilson tonight. So, Jeff, we will be back, and when we are, we got a surprise for each and every one of y'all. So, stay tuned.
Hi, Randy Carter with Angler's Choice in Martinsville, Virginia here. Just want to take a minute to invite you guys out to our open house at the end of this month, January 25th and 26th. Hours are Friday from 12 to 5 and Saturday from 9 to 3. Come on in and check out all the deals we're going to have on our new and used inventory, as well as tackle and accessories here in our retail store. We're going to have several professionals from the bass boat industry, such as Hank Parker, Keith Combs, David Dudley, and several more here with us. So we'd like to get you guys out to join us. Bring family out. We're going to have food both days, a lot of activities for the kids. So you guys come on out and join us, and we look forward to seeing you.
All right, we're back. And you know what?
We're back.
I got to say something. That's the first time that we've gone to a commercial break and we didn't drop like any viewers. And that might have been what Brian said. So when we come back, this box will no longer be shaking. And that is the
It
case.
is still shaking
It's still
currently,
shaking
but
right
it's
now.
fixing to stop,
Um,
and it's going to be amazing.
All right. So, Jeff, are you ready for this? You got a way to figure out how to film this?
Prepare yourself, Jeff.
1,000%.
1,000%.
1,000%. Jeff's
All
on
right. So
top
what
of
I'm
it
going to
tonight.
do is I'm going to take these fish, these feeder fish.
While Matt's preparing this, I've seen a couple comments about a 14-pounder caught on chick recently.
Wow. I wonder what that
That's
was.
awesome.
Alabama rig fish.
Possibly. Good chance of it.
Somebody commented the other week, and I didn't address it, but it was kind of funny. They said they should rename that what'd they say? It was something about Clemson because Clemson beat them in the championship and said they got to rename the Alabama rig the Tiger rig or something like that. Anyway.
There were a lot of people upset about that, too.
All right, so
All right, how are we going to approach this?
I think I'm going to distract
Look
him with
at him.
these.
He's wired.
I'm
He's
going to
jacked.
distract him. If y'all just want you got your iPad ready, Jeff?
Brad White just texted me and said that was an awesome commercial. And I agree. It was a good commercial.
Yes.
It was a good commercial, absolutely.
Well,
So
I do not agree, William Jackson.
in the commercial
sir.
is Kevin Clark. Kevin Clark said feeding a mouse to a rattlesnake is how I got kicked out of Cub Scouts. That's interesting because what do rattlesnakes eat? They not eat mice?
I think they do.
Apparently.
Huh. All right, so what were we talking about, man? I lost my
1,000% T-shirt. Absolutely.
Preparing this.
T-shirt. I like that. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to try to temporarily distract him with some fish.
Okay, and then I'm going to ease the contents of the box into the aquarium.
That is correct. We
Alright.
just got to make sure Jeff has an accurate angle on the
Like,
iPad
what's
here.
going to be better, like a
Can
top
you see-
down,
can
or
you see the?
like you need to
are
be
you
able to
gonna be
see the surface?
The top.
Yeah.
All right, so
You can't see the surface, can you?
Yeah.
yeah, he can see the surface, so he'll
Alright.
have to tell you where to drop it. So let me just get him going.
You got to
on
open this side over here.
Okay. Hold on there, son.
Open the door all the way up. Just flap it
I
open.
hate to though. God, he hit the bag. All right, so
Are we ready? Are you ready? Let's go with it.
all right, you ready, Jeff? Here we go.
Oh my gosh.
Do something, Mr. Wilson.
It's probably not gonna be good.
I'm going to be disappointed if you don't eat the mouse.
Okay, we got a problem. He's crawled up on top of the filter.
All right, this was a fail.
That's a fail.
That's a fail.
It's on top.
It's on top of the.
He's sitting on top
Yeah.
of the filter.
All right, this is a bad
You got to
plan.
give him a fighting chance.
You gotta do something, Matt. Matt, you gotta get him out of there. There he is. There he is. Oh.
Oh my god.
That quick, really? Like there wasn't even a struggle. Like
He's
there
still digesting him.
wasn't even a struggle. Oh, he hadn't got him down yet. He's still trying.
Still working on him.
That was amazing. That was amazing. I think he's confused.
I'm gonna wash my hands.
Why? Because you touched a mouse?
That's correct.
Are you serious?
You don't know what them things are carrying?
It's rats are bad. Mice are okay. I think.
I like how you think.
That was pretty awesome right there. I hope you guys enjoyed that because that was pretty good.
All right.
I want to see a slow-mo replay of him eating the mouse.
Can you slow mo that, Jeff?
Not that fast.
I mean, like sometime.
All right. So
We can slow mo it.
Okay, we're going to get some slow-mos up sometime of the mouse being eaten.
I hope y'all enjoyed that because that was
That was
it's a little
fun.
iffy. We didn't know he was actually never
He
mind.
was preoccupied
Climbing-
with the
he was
goldfish.
climbing out of the tank.
Yeah,
I had
the
to
mouse.
get him
I mean,
back
he knows he's fixing to get eat, so he's got to get out of the tank.
We
This
just,
is a feeder mouse. This is not.
Yeah, these
is not a pet mouse.
These are feeder mice. They're the same ones that you probably catch in your trap at the house, except they're white instead of gray.
Right.
But these are
people that have, I guess, snakes and
all kinds of stuff that,
other
that eat
things
mice.
that eat mice.
Yeah, absolutely.
What
So
else eats mice
We're getting like
other than
10
snake?
billion thumbs up. So I think we did okay. All right. The reason we only got him one feeder mouse is because he was like 3.5, 4 inches long.
Yeah.
We didn't want any choking hazards in the aquarium. So we knew one would fill him up because I asked them at the pet store and I asked Mr. Jeff, and Jeff, the bass expert over here, said one would be plenty.
Yeah,
So
that
that's
was
all we got.
surf and turf.
Yes.
We get,
Yeah. Surf and turf.
Trey Dotson said
Surf
Mr.
and
Wilson got surf and turf. He
I like
he
it.
did. I like
Yeah,
it too.
Anthony Randall, that's out. We don't want to get shut down.
What's that?
He said baby duck's up next.
Yeah, it's got to
That
be
is-
something
That
they
is
say-
100% not going to happen.
It's got to be something we can buy at a pet store that is designed to feed animals.
Exactly. Brian said it the best. So rats are bad, mice are okay, I think. He's blocking what
Exactly.
you said. So, all right.
Maybe
Dude,
you
look
got
at the
to
look at the likes coming through, man.
You're
That's
gonna have
just,
to catch one of those big field rats over at your horse barn, and we'll try these.
Dude, that thing will eat Mr. Wilson. So we caught a pack rat over there one time.
Oh God, those things are huge.
It was bigger than that sheet of paper right there. I mean, gigantic. I wouldn't dare put him inside there.
Baby ducks.
We're not doing baby
No,
ducks,
definitely.
y'all. Forget it. We are not doing
It's
baby
got to be
ducks.
something we can buy at a pet store for
That is sold.
animal food.
That's right. That is sold to be food. All right. We might could do a little rainbow trout. I don't know. Does that store up there around Norman still sell rainbow trout? There was a store that used to sell live trout.
I'm sure and now's the time of year to get them. Winter time's when they sell them.
Yeah, we might could do a live trout.
I bet
a rainbow
we
trout.
can find some baked trout somewhere.
That
That'd
would be
pretty
like
cool.
That would be like filet
Yeah.
mignon for him.
That
I
would.
wonder how big. We know he'll attack a
Like that's
16-inch
what
swim
like
bait.
we need to get some trout one time. We need to get some blueback herring.
Yeah, no, blueback herring, he would destroy them. So anybody on the podcast that didn't actually get to visually see what just happened, they'll have to go on
I sell
YouTube.
baby ducks for pet food. What
seen
pet? What pet?
What?
What
I
eats
sell baby ducks for pet feed?
What eats baby ducks?
Yeah, what? Oh, pythons. He said pythons.
Bass,
Oh,
I
Yeah.
guess.
makes sense.
Bass eat baby ducks. I mean, in their natural habitat. But frogs, garden snakes, lizards. We could do a lizard. We could do a frog. I don't think they sell those as food, though.
Frogs.
Yeah. And
I don't know. Yeah, I think mice are pretty much.
Definitely not gonna be a tree frog. That's a fact.
They expensive. They
Like
pretty.
$40.
That's a lot.
$40.
I get one on the side of my house a lot of times in the summer.
Hang on to it and sell it.
$40.
All right, real quick, y'all, on the open house, the commercial that you saw was for the English Choice open houses that are coming up very soon. I think, am I right in saying they start this weekend, or is it next?
The 26th, I
no,
believe.
they start this weekend because I will be at the one this
Oh,
weekend.
what's Martinsville?
Martinsville.
Martinsville coming up.
Yep, this Friday and Saturday.
Mm-hmm.
Then you've got Spindale, and then you've got Lexington. So you've got 3 back-to-back-to-back. All locations are having open house. A lot of pros will be in the house giving seminars, have a lot of specials, have a lot of tackle vendors and things set up. Y'all saw the commercial, so be sure to be there. I'm going to try to I had a couple people
Plus, you
ask
can
me.
check out all the Ranger boats.
Absolutely.
With the Evan Root outboard.
Some brand new ones that they've got in stock. I got a couple people asked me if I was going to bring any Let's Talk Fish hats. So that's another deal all in itself. I told everybody last week we're definitely going to have a booth at the Classic in
Yes.
March. We'll have some special guests. So if you're able to make the Classic, each day we're going to go live from the Classic. If you're not able to make it, you can still see us log on through Facebook. We'll go live probably, depending on our schedules, about 45 minutes to an hour each day.
Right.
We'll have a special guest in
Yeah.
the booth. That is yet to be announced, but we will treat y'all to an announcement closer to the Classic time on who's going to be in our booth as our special guest. We'll be doing a lot of other stuff there, but we'll be selling apparel. We got a bunch of cool shirts coming. We got a bunch of cool hats coming.
And probably do like some live tours of the Classic Expo.
Yeah, we'll
For
definitely
people
be
that
walking around.
Aren't able to make it, live too far away. So
That's right.
that'd be pretty cool to see.
So somebody asked me if I'll have some hats for sale at the Martinsville show this weekend. I will try. I don't know. I know we have a couple of orders in the works, Jeff. Am I allowed to take any from here, or
Yeah,
do we have enough, you think?
Yeah, you can take a few.
All right, so I'll try to bring a dozen or so with me. So I'll have
What's
a few.
the ETA on the me and Matt shirts, just for my own personal satisfaction?
You want one, don't you?
I do. I really do.
We'll give
That-
you a discount.
I will drop a link tonight.
Okay.
Tonight?
For pre-orders?
Tonight. For
Not
regular
pre-orders.
orders.
Oh.
Yeah,
so
so-
it's available now?
It will be
It
shortly.
will be. So the company he's working with will be able to drop ship them direct to the customer.
What colors we got? I need to know. We need to
What
talk
color
about
you
these
want?
things.
I don't know what colors y'all want.
Yeah, so on the Me and Matt shirts, y'all let us know what color you want. Shoot us a message right now on the show. Let us know what colors you're interested in the Me and Matt shirts. All right, so what happened to Brian's old Demiki hat? Didn't see it on the Rayburn live feed. Yeah, where is your old good luck Demiki hat? Have you retired that thing?
I have retired it. I've still got it.
You did retire it, though.
I did retire it. I've still got it, and I'm wearing a Evan Root hat now. I found a Evan Root hat. I like the way it fits. It wears good. So I'm going to wear Evan Root hat this year.
Eddie Martin asked how we feel about the Ranger aluminum boats for fishing tournaments. Here's my take on aluminum, Eddie. If I did not fish for a living and did do this full time, and I was obviously not on the Great Lakes or somewhere like that,
Right.
I would have an aluminum Ranger. And the reason being is low maintenance, better on your vehicle for pulling, It's going to be more fuel efficient because you'll be running a smaller motor, and it's not as hard to keep clean.
Right.
Now, do I love my fiberglass Ranger? Absolutely. It is going to be more stable. It's going to be a lot quicker, and it's just going to be a nicer boat all around, inside and out. But the aluminum Rangers are extremely nice boats.
Yeah, they're very nice. They fish very good. But the biggest thing that I would have trouble with, me personally, I like
storage.
Yeah, storage, and I like fiberglass because of the added weight. They don't blow around when it's windy as bad as an aluminum boat does. But an aluminum boat is perfectly fine unless you're going to be somewhere you're making 70-mile runs. I would definitely recommend the Ranger aluminum.
We got all kinds of colors coming in on the me and Matt shirts. Clemson orange. We can't do that because there's too many anti-orange people out there. Gray. That's a pretty common color. That one will sell. Black and lime green.
I like Matt Moran's. Me, Matt, and a stinger.
Me, Matt, and a stinger.
That's pretty good.
Black, blue, Pennzoil yellow. Actually, Pennzoil yellow is not a bad idea.
I mean, I think we got to have something like that.
Yeah, we could do black with Pennzoil yellow writing.
Mm-hmm. How do you know what we can do?
Apparently, I don't.
We're telling you what you need
I'm
to
sure
do.
we can.
Excuse me, Judge.
I mean, as long as it's not Patriots colors, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, we're not doing blue and silver.
I'm sure they have
red.
multiple colors.
Yeah.
I'm sure we can put up.
We got
multiple
options. Jeff says
We're kind of
options.
stuck because the Patriots colors are like,
Good looking colors.
well, it's the U.S. color. I mean, it's red,
Red,
white, and blue.
white, and blue.
It's kind
I
of
mean, you
silver,
got-
white, and blue, but or
gotta
silver,
have that.
red, and blue. UNC Charlotte colors. Me, Matt, and Stinger. I see that now.
That's a good one.
Smoke and yellow. Smoke. Can you do a smoke and yellow shirt?
I don't know.
We can do 1,000%, right, Jeff?
1,000%.
1,000% it can be done.
Yep. And, yeah, that's a good point. Anthony Randall said Cox at FLW champion in a 10 boat. There's been a lot of money made at the tour level in aluminum
Yes,
boats, too.
exactly.
So, it does
And
allow you access to certain waters.
Shane Dowdy says he has a Ranger RT 188 and said it doesn't get blown around at all. So
There you go.
I stand corrected.
Yep. Let's see. Still scrolling down. If you still have any questions, Brian's still ready and willing to answer any questions about the Rayburn tournament where he finished third down there. Let's see here. Do a contest for the best design. From our viewers? Is that what David's asking?
I guess.
Interesting. Hey, we're
do that.
we're ready and willing to accept any design options that y'all want to send in. Make sure you offer 3XL. David Birchfield requested that. Purple and gold. Ooh, wow. Purple and gold. That's who's that? That's ECU colors. I wonder if that's an ECU. Forrester, you an ECU person? Think y'all need a shirt of Thrift riding a bald eagle.
That would be awesome. That would be awesome.
I will not.
And the bald eagle could have like a Demiki Stinger grasps in his claws. Yes, there's all kind of ways we could go with that.
All right, enough on that. All right, Jimmy Bass got a question, so we're gonna jump back into questions here, guys. We got a little bit of time left. How much time we got left? About 10 minutes, 15 minutes.
15 minutes.
Still got our trivia question at the end of the show tonight. That we are we'll be giving away a membership to Bass, and we'll have that here shortly. But we got time for a few more questions. Let's see. My sister-in-law just chimed in, Leanne. I shouldn't say anything. I didn't say anything bad about ECU. She was an ECU.
Oh, is that
grad.
where she went?
She played soccer down at ECU. So I didn't say anything bad. I just wondered how many people would actually purchase a purple and gold shirt. All right. We had a question back here. Let me get back here.
Forrest said LSU colors.
LSU. That's right.
There
Purple
we
and
go.
gold's also LSU.
That Jimmy said, how about riding a loon instead of an eagle? Me riding a loon.
Thoughts on the low water at Okeechobee, Brian? Because you got a Costa coming up there. So
Yeah,
what's
we
your
got a
thoughts on
Costa. I'm actually leaving this weekend to go to Okeechobee for the Costa.
Is it still really low?
I think so. I hadn't checked the water levels, to be honest. But everybody's been talking about it being low, so I'm imagining it's low. I'm imagining it's not going to be as low as I've ever seen it because I've seen it at like 9 feet where it was.
There was a tournament one year where
Yeah,
it was a series event where
it was at like 9 feet.
Rose took like a jet boat to get in the Hardy Pond or something, right? Yeah, I remember
Yeah,
that.
and JT blew it away. JT Kenny blew it away on a trap.
Out in the lake
Out in
where
the lake.
nobody else was fishing.
Out in the lake.
Yep. So, but it's not near as low as it was then.
No, I don't
Now.
think. I don't see. If it was that low, I think I'd be hearing more about it. So I don't know what the actual water level is, but I've heard it's low. And, I've fished it everywhere from 12 feet to 15 feet. So I'm sure it's going to be different. It's different every year. Every year you go there, there's something different. Things change, it seemed like, every year on Okeechobee. So just have to go see what we can find, ride around and burn some gas, and hopefully we find something.
All right, Jeff Davis. He said, third time I've asked, what bait were you using by the 147 bridge, Brian?
Swim bait.
Swim bait.
Swim
Okay.
bait.
All right, there you go, Jeff. We got it. I must have missed it earlier, so I apologize. We tried to. What?
Twice.
Good job,
Thanks,
man.
Jeff. Yeah, appreciate it. Y'all got eyeballs too. I mean, just saying.
We're doing all kind of stuff.
Y'all are super busy.
I mean,
Jeff's texting somebody on his phone
I think
right
he
now.
is texting somebody.
What are you doing?
I think he's buying
Like,
tickets to the
really, what
Super
are you
Bowl
doing?
right now. He's buying tickets to the Super Bowl.
No, he's watching the feed, and he still didn't tell me. He's actually watching the feed right now.
Pay attention to you.
Yeah, nobody listens to Matt. Marlboros and Sundrop. That would be a good T-shirt too. Marlboros and dude, I saw
What'd you see?
Marlboro's going to quit making cigarettes. Did anybody else see that? I saw that in the news. Did you see that?
What was it?
That was a pretty big announcement that Marlboro was going to quit making cigarettes.
It's pretty big.
I bet that is big.
But I think they're going to transition over to something that's not cigarettes. That's why.
I mean, yeah.
I'm just saying. We won't talk about that anymore.
They're going to be
on the show.
selling something.
Yeah, they're going to be selling something. Yeah, they ain't going out of business. Let's see.
Oh, yeah. Toby Jones said, asked if you've seen the videos of Rayburn people posting last week about the water blowing over the 147 bridge.
My buddy Andrew Upshaw
Yeah,
posted
Andrew,
one.
that's the same one I seen. That was crazy.
Yeah, he said, hard to believe this is the same bridge as a week ago. And he was driving across it, and there were waves crashing, and water was blowing right in front of his truck while he was driving
Like
over
all
the
the way
bridge.
across both lanes of the highway.
Let's see. Josh Kyle Butts, he said, I'm the same way, the same question 3 times. All right. Well, shoot your question in again. And
We
Josh,
try to answer
I'm
all
gonna
of them.
put
We miss a few.
Brian and Jeff in charge of finding your question. since I only have 2 eyes and they also have 2 apiece, I'm going to put them in charge. Okay. Send in your question again, Josh, right now, and we are looking for it in the feed. Josh White, what's up, man? He is on watching tonight. Let's see. That's a good question. TJ Eskew's got a good question. Here you go,
What?
Brian. He said, when do you know or why would you change from throwing a Carolina rig to like a swing head? That's become so popular in the last few years.
I've never been on the swing head craze.
And-
like I've never thrown it.
I've thrown it some at I've thrown it at Grand, I've thrown it at Beaver, I've thrown it at some of those places like on pea gravel type points, especially when you're dealing with spots and smallmouth. Put a small crawl imitation bait on there
Right.
and caught a bunch on it. But my only issue with that deal, and it's a great bait. We actually caught some at Moss on it one year. Remember? You were laughing at me.
I do not remember.
Yeah,
that.
you don't remember this, but
No,
I pulled it out.
obviously
I pulled
do
it out. It was
not.
about 4 or 5 years ago, and I pulled it out, and you said something smart to me like you normally do. Like, you ain't going to catch nothing on that. And I caught like a 3-pounder on the point down there. On
Did I
Pro
cull
Point,
it later?
they call it. No, you
I
didn't
probably
cull,
culled
you
it
didn't-
later.
You
That's
didn't
why
cull
I
it.
didn't remember. I mean, honestly.
But I'm going to be honest with that deal. And maybe it's just me, but I have, because of the swing head and the way that thing, when you hook a fish and you got that big weight outside the head and it's free swinging like that,
Yeah.
I've lost a lot of fish
And
on that
see,
deal.
and that's one of my things. I hear a lot of people say about missing fish and losing fish with that swinging head deal. So I've never done it. That's the reason I've never done it.
I try not to do it, but I have seen it when it gets a
Right.
lot of bites.
Yeah.
All right. Replays to the podcast app. Nathan Howard, he said he's curious, when will you all be uploading the replays to the podcast app? Nathan, am I wrong in saying that they're all on there, Jeff? All the way up to this show, they are all on our podcast. So if you
Yeah, I
have...
see a question here about that.
Is
I
that-
hadn't seen any new uploads in quite some time.
Well, so is there certain apps? I'm not...
Or is Jeff getting slack?
No, Jeff's got them on there because they're
Jeff's
on my
doing
phone.
his job. Jeff's doing his job.
Jeff is going to verify it right now. So, all right. So we're going to verify that all our shows. Okay, here they are. There's last week's show. It's actually on Jeff's phone, on the podcast app, on an iPhone, and that is last week's show. That's the last one that's been uploaded.
So it's
And,
there.
51 episodes are on the podcast and available for your listening pleasure. All right.
I see a question from Josh Hurting. He says, Brian, what do you think about the live coverage FLW has now and the ability of other competitors to see how and where you're catching them and adjust in days 2 through 4? I don't think it's that big of an issue. Like, I don't mind it at all because I think that's kind of the future of televised bass tournaments or just major bass tournaments is this live feed. I mean, like, it's awesome to be able to sit there and watch people in real time making decisions instead of having to wait, 8 hours to the end of the day for weigh-in and then hearing about it. I mean, you're seeing the actual deal go down. I mean, you're seeing the baits they're throwing, seeing them make the decisions and things like that. And I think that's awesome for the sport, and I think FLW's done a great job getting this live feed. I know everybody talked about how good it was at Rayburn, or just as many fish as were caught, and just the coverage we had was awesome. I know it was some of the best live views we'd had on FLW Live during an event. So I think it's good, and I don't mind them seeing because, I mean, if they have to resort to trying to find where I'm at and throw the same bait I'm throwing, they're beat anyways.
That's a big no-no, guys.
Yeah.
Yep. Don't ever chase somebody else's bite because it's going to end up biting you in the end. And I don't mean that. No pun.
Yeah, like I don't mean that in a bad way, but if another competitor is actually watching where I'm at and what I'm throwing and going to try to find it and fish right beside of me, I mean they're not going to beat me most of the time.
You're going to get in more trouble. No, I mean, no, you're saying that as nice as you can in a way that it's hard to explain that, really.
Right.
Because
it is hard to explain it. I mean, if they're not dialed into any type of bite any better than to have to go do that, they're definitely not going to
Exactly. Exactly. All right, Josh Kyle Butts, give me 1 second. I see your question. Just take a note, guys. I saw it. Y'all didn't.
What are you doing?
Kyle Ash, let me address Kyle's question. Because this is a good question, and there's not really a correct answer, I don't think. Kyle Ash said, this time of year, for the biggest spotted bass in the lake, are you jerkbait, crankbait, shaky head, or Alabama rig? And honestly, based on conditions, I could see a jerkbait, crankbait. I mean, I hate to say it, but even a shaky head can produce some giant spots this time of year. And an A-rig obviously catches big ones. But personally, my best spotted bass this time of year, on average, let's just say that bait produces on average a better quality spotted bass has been on a crankbait. Now, the jerkbait bite, the shaky head bite, Alabama rig bite, those can all catch big spots. For me personally, a crankbait has produced more above average fish in February in this time frame. But there again, all of them catch big spots. I'm sure you don't have a direct answer for that, Brian. They all catch big ones.
Yeah, I mean, that time of year, the winter time right now, I mean, A-rig, jerkbait, or crankbait, something that's going to, it seems like those moving baits, the bigger spotted bass key in on for me is versus a jig or a shaky head. I mean, you catch a lot of good fish on jigs and shaky heads, like 3-4 pounders, but it seems like every fish I've caught, that's been a heavy 4 to a 5 has been jerkbait, crankbait, or A-rig this time of year as far as spotted bass go.
All right, so here's Josh's question that we missed.
All right.
3 times, I think. College bass fishing is coming to Lake Norman at the end of February. Any tips for the end of February on Lake Norman? Is there enough largemouth for a 3-day event?
Of course there is.
Absolutely enough largemouth
and
for a 3-day
especially
event.
now with the water dirty, because that's got a lot of fish shallower than they'd normally be, and largemouth and big spots are what you're going to have to catch to win when there's color in Norman. So it's going to be a fun event in mid-February.
Yeah, that's going to be you'll be surprised. And that's probably, wouldn't you say, Brian, that's probably the number one time frame during the year that could produce potentially the biggest bags you'll see all year at Norman?
Yes,
February?
February is definitely from now until mid-March.
Yeah,
till they go on the bed. The fish are the fattest, they're healthy, and they're up there feeding. Like, I think there was an event last weekend. It took 19 to win. There were several 17, 18-pound bags. I mean, the fish have been biting good over there.
All right, Josh Waldron had a question. How do you prepare for a day off during a tournament? Does it mentally affect you? I
think it's awesome.
It's awesome. I mean, honestly, it's something that mentally it's great. I mean, because it helps you relax. You just kind of
by the day off. I assume you're referring to the cancellation of Sunday at Rayburn. would be my thoughts.
Oh, I was thinking about the Wednesdays before the tournament starts.
Yeah, the
Sorry.
Wednesday before return.
Maybe I misinterpreted his question.
I'm going to approach it from the standpoint of the cancellation Sunday, and you approach it from the other direction.
Okay, all right.
All right, you go with the off day.
Well, the off day for me is just it allows us to relax, to not have to worry about making decisions all day, to going back and chilling and catching up on some sleep, getting all our tackle ready, where we can be more efficient come tournament day. But if mentally the off day, the Wednesday, not when you have a tournament day that's canceled, is awesome. I mean, I think it's absolutely wonderful especially for our mental state,
Right. And I view it like,
and physical state. Sorry.
Yeah, from your mental and physical state. I mean, all right, let's are the Patriots and the Rams, you think they'll practice the day before the Super Bowl?
Nope.
Yeah, so
Well, I don't know. Do they?
they practice the day before.
If they do, it'll be really light drills.
Yeah.
Right, Jeff?
Which
That
would be
probably
comparable
accurate.
Okay.
to us rigging tackle, which is what we do on our off day. So
Correct.
Nobody wants to practice the day before an event.
And it gives us time to catch up with y'all. You know, it gives us time to
I mean,
catch
that's
up.
when a lot of social media posts go
Yep,
out.
that's
I mean,
right. That's right.
Kind of clues everybody into what the bite's going to be like. But I'm going to approach it from you referring to the cancellation of Sunday at Rayburn, which I thought was awesome. I mean, from a cancellation standpoint, having that day off, I don't mind it because, I'm catching all my fish off of one place. In the back of my mind, I'm thinking, cool, we ain't fishing today. My fish have got a whole day to reload and forget about me beating on them for 3 days. So they're going to be ready to bite Monday morning when I get out there. But I think that was the right call from FLW.
Savage Adam, I like it. He said Patriots spend the day before taking the air out of the footballs.
Helps us win.
I like it.
There you
Spoken
go.
like a true Patriots fan, Jeff. Helps us
So
win.
I think the FLW made the right call on that cancellation. I mean, it was very choppy when we came in Saturday for weigh-in. But the thing you got to think about is it's not just the 10 anglers out there. Like if it was just the top 10 guys out there on the water by themselves, I think we would fish every day because I know I'm comfortable driving in that type of weather. I can go slow. I know what my Ranger Evan Rood's capable of doing, what it can handle, and I'm not going to put myself at risk. But you've got to think about you've got camera guys also in your boat. You've got chase boats with cameramen in them that may not be comfortable running in that type of water. So you've got a lot of different things you've got to think about when it comes to the safety of everybody involved. So having that day off is definitely the best decision. I think it worked great. We had record views on FLW Live Monday. I mean, who knows? They may start making the tournaments like Tuesday through Friday or something.
Yeah, you never know.
I mean, I thought it was great. Bill definitely made the right call, and I think that is the right call instead of actually canceling the fourth day altogether and just having a 3-day event. I mean, you still get to get out there. You're fishing for 4 days, and nobody in the top 10 is going to leave and say, oh, I got a prior engagement. I can't fish Monday. I mean, you're going to be there when you're fishing for $125,000. So it's
Absolutely.
good deal for me.
Absolutely. Let's see. Let's dive into one more question.
One more
It's
question.
8 o'clock, right?
It is 8
All right.
o'clock.
So, guys, it's about time to get wrapped up. I don't know. Brian will be gone next week. I'll be gone.
Yes, I'll be gone for 2 weeks.
So you'll be gone. So we may not have a show for potentially 3 weeks. And our apologies, but this is getting into our busy season. Next Tuesday, I don't know that we'll have a show as of yet. Trying to work out a few details, but can't make any promises. But the 2 weeks after that, I'll be on the road. Now, possibly the second week in February, which not the first week when both you and I are gone, but the second week that I'm at Lanier, you will be home. You could schedule a guest and have a show that week.
Yeah, definitely.
Which is the second week in February.
If Jeff's available, we'll definitely plan on having a show. I mean, even if it's just Jeff and I.
What'd you just say? Whoa.
Did you just make another shirt?
I just made
Did
another
you just
shirt.
design another
Jeff,
We
shirt?
got to do that. I think I did.
Me and Matt, and then Jeff and I shirts. Would you rather have a me and Matt shirt or a Jeff and I shirt?
That's funny.
Either way, we'll make it happen. All right, so guys, it is time for our. I'm getting
Hey,
like.
Brian, grab one of those boxes back there. Be careful with the one on the end.
Oh
Get the
yeah.
one on
By the way,
left.
Jeff's got a little announcement to make.
Well, somebody
right.
just asked about stickers, and
Look at this. Just everybody that's been wondering why they haven't got
That's
their
a box.
sticker. This is one of 3 boxes. See these? These are envelopes. These all have everybody's stickers in there, along with another special gift that Jeff and his wife Leslie and kids, I think they all helped in putting these
Reese
things.
Probably did too, because she was hanging out today.
and putting these things together for each and every one of you. There was 400 of them that had. Was there 400? It was close to 400.
There was exactly
over
400
something
because
like that.
me and you signed every one of them.
Me and you.
Did you just design a third shirt?
Third shirt.
Third rocking. So all these are going out this week, probably tomorrow, huh, Jeff? Something like that.
I'll probably run them tonight. I got to fly out at 6 in the morning to Dallas, so I'll probably
Okay.
run them because it's open 24/7.
So
A
these
gift
these
from
jo-
us to you.
These jokers will be going out this week. So everybody will be getting their Let's Talk Fish decal again.
Josh Sanchez.
What do you say?
Thanks, Josh.
Let's go Cowboys. I love it. I love it. Grant said, when should we get the decals? Like I said, Grant, they're all going to be going out this week. That is if you did sign up for your free decal. If you didn't, our apologies.
They had to sign up.
They had to sign up in the group. Yeah, if
Yeah.
you're not a member of the group and you did not get the memo there, you had to get signed up to get your free decal and your special gift that is inside the envelope. So, anything else, Jeff? Am I missing anything? You're looking at me funny.
I'm not listening to you, but I think you got it all.
Okay. Once again, all right. So here we go. Trivia question
I don't
time.
agree with that, Ruben.
What's up?
Ruben says I need to grow a beard until I finish out of the money. I ain't doing that.
Ooh.
Well, with the way your attitude is every time, you're like, I ain't gonna get a check. I ain't gonna get a check. I ain't gonna get a check. So you should be fine. I mean, you should grow it out. I think it'd be awesome.
No, it'd be patchy
Full-
and it'd be
full-
it just wouldn't look good.
Nah, just let it start growing. Trim it a little bit. Let it start
See,
growing. Trim it a
I've
little bit.
tried, like, and if it gets very long, it starts itching. I don't like it.
Bill Dance, 1975. No need for a question.
Lake Moss 52.5. Well, there we go.
52.5.
We got answers rolling in.
It's over.
All right. Nobody, y'all could pre-guess for 10 years and you wouldn't get this. You wouldn't get this trivia question right.
I wouldn't.
I
either,
do
'cause
not know
the
the
answer.
answer. I don't know
Oh,
the
yeah,
answer
Jeff
to
does
it
I
either.
don't even know the answer.
And
I
I
don't even
don't know.
That is the answer. You just need to know that name and that number.
Okay.
You know what that says?
Yeah, I got it close enough.
All right.
I don't know it.
This is going to be a.
I have
This
no
is
idea
going to be a
what it is.
tough one. You're
This
going
is
to have
going
to
to be a straight up Google. So
you're going to have to
get
put
the
your
fingers
Google
warmed up.
Yeah, you're going to have to put your Google
Got to
work
get
on
to
this one.
Googling.
All right, so this is for a BASS membership, guys, and we had a couple questions. Last couple guys who won the Bass memberships, they were already Bass members, so Bass was kind enough just to extend that membership one more year. So here we go. I need the best finish. We're gonna give the girls some love tonight, y'all. I need the best finish in a BASS event. I can't look at the feed because I'll start laughing. I won't get the question right.
Chuck Norris.
Y'all, Chuck Norris. Man.
It's over. I mean, he wins.
All right. I need the best finish by a woman in a co-ed bass. I can't get it out. Y'all got to stop. Jeff, stop. Contain yourself. All right.
Earl Gentry said Ernie Wallace.
Y'all got to quit.
Ernie for the win.
Stop. All right. Here we go. The best finish by a woman in a co-ed, not back in the Women's Bassmaster Tour. The best finish by a woman angler in a co-ed Bassmaster Tour level event, meaning an open or tour. Open or tour. So from the Bassmaster Opens and up, the best finish by a woman. What was the finish? And I need her name. I need her
it's
name.
a two-part
It's a
question.
two-part question. It could have been a
Two-part?
three-part. I could have made them guess what lake it was on too, and I could have made them guess what year. But
I don't know if Byron Velvick is a joke or if that's a legit answer, but that's pretty good.
that is kind of funny, William. I got to give you props for that.
The Google servers are warming up.
Ooh,
We'll send you a free sticker, William, if you didn't already. Well, maybe if you signed up for one. Just
So
for that
what is the
answer.
answer? Just so
That
I
an-
know.
that answer was awesome.
I got a winner.
You already have a winner?
Yep.
No, you don't.
I have it on my feed.
You don't. You got the name and the finish.
Yep.
Okay.
All right, Jeff has a winner.
Jeff's got a winner.
Congratulations.
D. Tyler Thompson. Bradley in fourth.
There you go.
All right. Yep. He's got it. Christina Bradley, fourth place. D. Tyler Thompson, you are the champion. Send us.
That was quicker than I thought.
That was very quick.
That was quick.
I'm telling you, man, you can't get nothing by this crew. They I'm getting a lot of the Google's working tonight. I'm getting a lot of
Yeah.
correct answers back to back. now.
Maybe we just have really intelligent viewers that have great memories and study the sport of bass fishing.
I like it. I like
That's
it. That's
what we're going with.
You know how to suck up with the best of them, don't you? All right, so D. Tyler Thompson, you are the winner. Send us a message with, I need your full name and your mailing, your shipping information, so I can get you signed up for your Bass membership. If you're already a member, they will just extend it for another year. So, guys, appreciate everybody watching. We got up to I think 350 viewers tonight.
Like especially when Mr. Wilson was getting his delicious meal.
Kevin Clark's been hard on me tonight. I mean, he said Matt Arey, Beaver Lake.
Had you had a haircut before you went? I could see some confusion.
One of them I had, one of them I hadn't.
Okay.
Yeah. So, yeah, I hear you. All right, so Christina Bradley, 4th place. That was at the Douglas Lake Bassmaster Open event in 2013. I know Brian's wondering if I'm really right on this, but I am. I double-checked it
Hey,
5
I didn't
times.
doubt you.
All
I
right.
didn't doubt you.
All right, so, guys, thanks for watching. We got up, like I said, about 350 viewers tonight.
So next week, are y'all going to do a show?
We don't know yet, so bear with us. We don't know about a show next week. We're going to be really busy getting ready, getting prepped to leave. Brian will be gone. I'll be
gone
out of
for
town.
2 weeks.
Yeah, and I'll be gone for 2 weeks once I leave. So, guys, I apologize. It could be up to 3 weeks before we have another show.
But we'll keep you updated and let
Absolutely.
you know. I mean, we may try to come up with something. Like, can we do just a podcast or something? Like, can we get on the phone and do a non-in-house show for a few, even if it's only 20 minutes?
Yes, you can.
Well, yeah,
Why don't
see,
we do
we'll
something
see.
like that?
Maybe Jeff could jump in the studio when he's home one Tuesday and get us on the phone for a little bit, and we can't make any promises, but we'll try to.
Yeah, but I think that would be good
because
because we could provide, we could talk about how practice has been for the events.
hey, that's a good. I like that.
I like that. I think that'd be good.
That's a good idea. And I just saw a cool shirt request from Chris Hoopall. Smoking pickles on a green background.
Ooh, that is.
And
a good
dude,
shirt.
you could put a little cloud of smoke
and a pickle.
and then I guess a pickle.
I mean, what else you gonna go with?
There's no way around that one. Sorry. All right, guys, thanks for watching. When we can't go fishing, we'll sit right here on Tuesdays. And
Let me answer one more question. Alan Cook says,
Dude,
sorry,
you can't do that.
We're going to sit
can't.
right
I mean,
here
I
and
was-
answer one more question.
Yeah. Well, it's a good question. It said, what boat was I fishing in at Rayburn? I had not got my wrap put on yet.
It was your new Ranger.
It was my new Ranger.
That's probably
but-
my fault because I posted a picture of you boat flipping one today on our feed.
Yeah, my wrap date was set for January 17th, so I just got put it on last week. We're good to go. Demiki Sportsman's wrap, ready to rock for Toho.
All right, so I'm just going to let you close out the show since
I'm
you
done now.
rudely interrupted me.
I'm
Go
done
ahead,
now.
knock it out.
I'm done.
You got
I
it.
got nothing else to say.
Roll with it.
Jeff closes.
I am going to close. I got an outro waiting.
All right.
All right.
Thank you guys for watching. We will be back sometime. We don't know when, but we will be back sometime. We'll keep you updated. Look at us. Check us out on Facebook. Pay attention to our Instagram posts.
This is the best close ever.
We will have something directing you as to when we will do something.
This is epic.
So that's
It
your,
is. That's
your close?
That's my close.
That was
All right. So when we can't go fishing, we'll sit right here on
I
Tuesdays
thought I was closing.
and talk fishing. See y'all when we see you, hopefully sooner than later.
Thank you for listening to Let's Talk Fish. Visit our private Facebook group to continue the conversation, post your questions, and talk with other fellow anglers at facebook.com/groups/Let's Talk Fish. Follow us on Instagram at Let's Talk Fish Official and subscribe to our YouTube channel for more exclusive content. Join us again next episode for more actionable tips, tactics, and techniques directly from the pros. And remember, when we can't go fishing, we're going to sit right here and talk fish.